Today we're going to make a vegan Alfredo sauce. Fairly simple, only a few ingredients, and quite tasty. I'm also making extra, which I will use in a couple future videos. Stay tuned. You need to subscribe so you don't miss those. So we're going to get started just with some olive oil and some flour. Well, actually, let's just start with the olive oil and some garlic. So we're going with a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I know that sounds like a lot, but that's going to be for, you know, like 3 recipes or whatever. So we're going to get the olive oil in there. Oh, side note, Vanlife has breakfast links. I have not seen these before. I just saw them when I was getting some garlic, which I was out of. They look tasty. If you've had them, comment below and let me know what you think of them. I'm not going to use them today. So with the 1/4 cup of olive oil, we're going to add 4 cloves, 4 good sized cloves. Oh, those are tiny. Let's get 4 big cloves. Of garlic. If you like it really garlicky, add some more, or add some additional garlic powder. Just slightly different taste. You just cut the root end off. Don't cut through the skin on the back side. You can usually peel the one side off. And then the rest of it can usually come off. I quite often just smash it with the knife and then pick the skin off. That works too. Give your garlic a crush. And that breaks up all the fibers going one way, so you just need to really cut across the rest to get a fairly fine piece of garlic. You want it finer. Cross chop it a little bit. This usually works well for what I need. If I want it finer, I use a small grater, and I'll grate it as opposed to slicing it. I just put the garlic in there. It's browning up nicely because my oil was very hot. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of flour to make a roux with that. So, general roux is usually like equal parts oil and flour. If you want this to be gluten-free, you're going to use a gluten-free pasta or something, you can use arrowroot powder instead. That's foaming a bit. Just let that cook a little bit. I'm going to cook that flour taste out of it. So to this, we're going to add 2 cups of almond milk. Just add a little bit at a time so that you can get it to blend properly. So we got a measuring cup. We got 1 cup of almond milk. Just add a little bit in there. See, it's going to want to thicken right away. So you got a bit of a paste that's forming. But that's fine. Just keep it like that. That's why you want to add a little bit at a time, because if you add too much, that's going to get clumpy inside your milk and you're not going to be able to smooth it out properly. If you want it super fine, super smooth, but I got the clumps of garlic in there, which I like. That's a nice tasting cream sauce that way. So to that, I'm going to add ½ teaspoon of pepper, ½ teaspoon of salt. I'm actually going to add a little bit of garlic powder along with that. If you don't want the black specks in here of pepper, you know, you can use a white pepper. Or if you got fresh cracked black pepper, that would be good, maybe better. Just keep stirring this while you heat it so that it gets nice and blended. This is nice and blended, that's perfectly smooth. But you don't want it to burn or clump at the bottom either. So a plastic or a silicone coated whisk like this keep you from scratching the bottom of your pan all to pieces. So while that's cooking, I'm gonna get the water boiling for some noodles. I'm also going to saute some onions and garlic. So, onion, add some more, some olive oil in this pan. An old sriracha bottle I was using, but it was cracked, so it tends to leak. I keep it in the bag for that reason. So this is bubbled up. If you have some vegan Parmesan shreds or something, you can put that in here. That would be fabulous. I don't buy them just because they seem too pricey. I'm going to take this off of that heat and move this forward. I'm just going to put that in the back. Little pan. Some onions. bought some pre-cut mushrooms last night. They were on sale. I'm going to break them up into a couple smaller chunks. That water boils. I'm just going to speed it up and throw some Mr. Noodle in that water. Something I forgot to put in the Alfredo sauce. Nutritional yeast. You want about 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, or a 1/4 cup, same as the oil and the flour. Since my 1/4 cup measure is dirty, I'm going to just use the tablespoon. I put everything out on the counter so I wouldn't forget it. Now, I don't think you want this any thicker than this. This is going to go onto your pasta and coat it decently. You want it a bit thinner, or when you're warming it up the next day, if you got leftovers, if you've made extra like I have, you can add a little more almond milk or whatever plant milk you're using. Okay, I'm going to cheat. Use a Mr. Noodle. Throw the seasoning pack to the side, just because this is going to cook up quick. Full recipe will be on the website, on my website. I'll link it in the description below. Oh, I got my Mr. Noodle. My sauce that's thickened up a little bit. Not too bad. Just use a spoon to ladle some sauce on there. And probably plenty for that. I'm just going to dump all this mushroom and onion on top of it. A little extra pepper. And maybe a little extra sauce in there. Oh, this looks awful. Does it look awful or tasty? I think it'll taste better than it looks. you know, definitely use a fettuccine or a linguine noodle, or, you know, get something else. A penne, rotini noodles work good. Mr. Noodle's not bad. So, if you want something besides mushroom and onion in there, throw something else. Remember, subscribe below. You'll see when new videos come out. And don't be afraid of the leftover Alfredo sauce. I got 2 ideas to use it. One's a breakfast one. Click the video up top here for another food related video of mine. Maybe the pancake one. Click this one for a YouTube recommendation. Later.